Hello everyone, it's Liz. Today I'm going to be talking about my 2017 beauty favorites. This is my first ever video, so if you enjoy watching this video, I hope that you will support by clicking the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. So if you're interested to see what I've enjoyed using throughout the year, please keep on watching. First, we're going to start with skincare. The first one that I'm going to be talking about is from the brand Garnier. This is a makeup remover. It's called the Micellar Oil-Infused Cleansing Water. And it's perfect for dry and sensitive skin because it has oil in it. And it is very effective in removing waterproof makeup. Like, I know that because I use very waterproof mascaras and it really does the job very well. This actually has a light scent to it, but it's not too overpowering, so if you're sensitive to scent, I think you are going to still be fine with it. And the next product is a cleanser. I have been loving the one from Glossier. This is the Milky Jelly Cleanser. So as the name says, it's like a jelly cleanser, so it doesn't foam up or anything, which is the type of cleanser that I usually go for. I find that it's very gentle on my sensitive skin and it just removes like the makeup residue on my face really well, and I've just really enjoyed this. And the next one that I would like to mention is a facial scrub. This is from a Korean brand called NeoGen. The name is BioPeel Gauze Peeling Wine. So it comes in a pad, double-sided pad like this. The other side looks like a gauze, but the other side has like bumps on it. So you just put your fingers between the two pads and you just scrub this all on your face, and you can control like how hard you want to scrub. And after I use this and I rinse it off with water, I feel like my face is really smooth. Yeah, and I just loved it instantly. And even though it has quite a strong fragrance, like it smells like grape bubblegum, but I don't find it too overpowering. Like, I really enjoy it. Yeah. And the next one that I would like to mention from the skincare category is facial oil. This is from the brand SK2. This is the facial treatment oil. I think it has like oil and their facial essence in one. So before you use it, you have to shake it up really well to mix like the two together. Usually I just use like a few drops, maybe 3 or 4 drops, and I just put it all over my face. And I feel like it really helps with the hydration on my skin because I tend to have like very dry and flaky skin, and especially my nose areas, it peels all the time. So I feel like this really helps with that. If you have dry skin like me, you should check this out. And the next products that I would like to talk about are for those of you who have dry and sensitive skin. These are from the Korean brand called Dr.Jart+. They are the Cicapair line. I actually have 3 products from this line. The first one is a serum, and this is a cream. As you can see, I've used more than half of it already. And the last one is also a cream, but it's called the Recover. So first, I just use the serum, and after that, I just go in with the cream. This is a very, very thick cream, so if you have dry skin, it's going to really help like hydrate your skin. And the last step is this Recover cream. It has like a light green tint. I'm not sure if you can see. Looks like this. So after I put on this cream, I just follow by this one. And it does neutralizes the redness on your skin. It doesn't go on green, by the way. Yeah, it just neutralizes your face and makes your face look more even. And yeah, and you can follow by like whatever makeup you're gonna, yeah, like a face primer and foundation, and it just really helps calms and soothes my sensitive skin. I've been loving this line. And the next products that I will be talking about are sunscreens. I have 2 products to share with you. The first one is the one that I use daily. This is from SK2. It's called the Atmosphere Airy Light UV Emulsion. This has SPF 30, And as the name says, it's like an emulsion, so it's not very like a thick cream or anything. It's very lightweight. However, it does moisturize my face really well, and it has like a light scent that I really enjoy. Usually I'm quite sensitive to scents because sometimes I get like migraines from like strong scents, but this doesn't do that for me. I just really enjoy using this. And the other one I love to use on no makeup days. This is from the brand The Face Shop. Is the Natural Sun Ice Air Puff Sun SPF 50. So it comes in a bottle like this. First you have to shake it up really well, and then you just twist it this way and then pump like a few times, and then the products will come out on this cushion, and you just pat it all over your face. And it's going to give you like some coverage since it has like a slight tint to it, so it's going to make your face look very natural but more even and neutralized, I feel. So I've been loving this so much. I've gone through maybe 3 or 4 bottles already, and I will keep repurchasing this for sure. And the last skincare product that I would like to talk about is from the brand L'Occitane. This is a body oil. It's called the Almond Supple Skin Oil. It really helps with the hydration, so I like to put this before I go to bed. Yeah, just this oil. I don't use any other lotion, and my skin just feels like hydrated, and the smell is divine. You have to go smell it. Yeah, it's very addictive. I love it so much. If they come out with like a perfume in this smell, I'm going to buy it instantly. Now let's move on to makeup products. I don't have a favorite for a primer or foundation this year, so I'm just going to skip those categories. Though I have a favorite for a tinted moisturizer. It's from the brand It Cosmetics, Your Skin But Better CC Cream. I'm sure you've heard of this already because many people love this, and it really is worth the hype in my opinion, if you have dry skin, because this is very moisturizing and is very dewy. If you're into that look, you're going to love this, but if you have oily skin, stay away from this. Anyway, I have it in the shade Light, and sometimes I find it a little bit too dark for my skin, so I would mix it with the shade Fair to get like the perfect shade for me. And they only have 5 or 6 shades, I believe, so it might be a little bit difficult to find your perfect shade. I think that's like the only downside to this product, but other than that, is like the best CC cream. It has like a really great coverage. It just covers up everything while still makes your skin look really natural. If you haven't tried this, you need to just go out and try it at the store, and you're going to love this. And the next categories are concealers. I have 2 concealers to talk about. The first one is from Nars. This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have it in the shade Custard. So it's basically like a matte, but more like a satin matte concealer, I feel. And it covers up really well, like the imperfections, like acne spots or pimples. Because if you use like a very emollient concealers, it's just going to make the area look shiny and highlighted, you know, so it's definitely not a good look. You should go for matte concealers if you want to cover up like those problems that I mentioned before. And then the next one I like to use on no makeup days. This is Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is a very lightweight concealer. It's very sheer. I have it in the shade Light Clair, and I like to use this to cover up my dark circles. It just helps brighten up the under eye area slightly on the days that I don't have any other makeup on. Because if you use like a full coverage concealer on those days, then it's just gonna make your under eyes look too stark and unnatural. So this is the way to go. And then next, I'm going to move on to powders. The first one is what I have been using every day to set my makeup. And this is 3 loose powder. I actually don't know the full name of it, but I'm going to list it down below in the description box. But this is a translucent loose powder, and it comes with a puff like this. So this is actually how I apply it on my face. I just press it on my face on the areas that I want to reduce the shine. Now the next one is the powder foundation. This is from Chanel. It's the Le Blanc Whitening Compact Foundation, and I have it in the shade 21 Beige. This is actually the only powder foundation that I have fallen in love with, because most powder foundations I've tried just emphasize the dry areas on my face and it makes my face look really cakey. So I've kind of been afraid of powder foundations, but since I've tried this one, it doesn't do that. So I think it's quite good for dry skin, and it also really brightens up my face. I like to use this in combination with like a tinted moisturizer, and they're just perfect together. And the last powder that I'm going to be talking about is from the brand Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Diffuse Light. So it's a light yellow powder, and I use this mainly to set my under eye concealer, and it really locks the concealer in place like all day. It doesn't budge. Also, it's really good for covering red areas on your face as well. Like sometimes I would get like maybe some redness around my nose or on my forehead, and this is really good for that. The next category that I'm going to be talking about is bronzers. I have two bronzers to share with you today. The first one is from the brand Marc. It's the Omega Bronze in the shade Tan-tastic. This was limited edition, I believe. So it's basically a matte bronzer, and the shade is just the perfect shade to bronze and contour with if you like to use a bronzer for contouring. And as the shade is not too dark or too light, and it's not too warm nor too cool, so it's perfect for both. Yeah, and it's huge, so it's going to last you a lifetime. As I said earlier, it was limited edition, but I heard that it's coming back as a permanent. So if it really does, you need to go out and get one, because for the price, it's very good. Yeah, I think it's worth it. And the scent is also really nice. It has a coconut scent, and yeah, it has a coconut scent, and I usually don't enjoy anything that has coconut scents, but this is good. I actually like it. Yeah, and it's not too overpowering, I think. And the other one that I've also enjoyed is from the brand Tom Ford. This is the bronzing powder in Terra. Now, this one is very, very expensive, but I love it. Well, actually, I find that it's really similar to the Marc one, shade-wise. I think it's very buildable. It's not very pigmented in the first wipe, so you can build up the intensity. And that's actually the reason why I like this, because I don't really like pigmented bronzers or, well, pigmented products, because it's going to be hard to blend out, you know, so I prefer to just build up the intensity. So this is the perfect shade. If you're on a budget and you don't want to spend that much, I suggest you just buy the Marc. And now we're going to be talking about contour product. Sculpting powder from the brand Kevyn Aucoin is the only contour powder that I've been using for years. Yeah, but this is the shade Light. I think they just came out with last year, maybe early in the year or something, I don't remember. But before this, I used the shade Medium. This one is just lighter, hence the name. But they are both equally pigmented. As if you've tried Kevyn Aucoin products, you would know that all of their products are very pigmented. So you need to go easy. The reason why I changed to this color is because I found that the medium one was slightly too dark for my skin, and sometimes it could look muddy. Yeah, but this one is like much better if you have fair to light skin tones. Yeah, I think it's just the perfect shade. And now let's move on to blushes. The only powder blush that I have enjoyed this year is the one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Chic to Chic Swish and Pop blusher, and this is in the shade First Love. It's basically a nude blush. Yeah, very neutral. It goes with every look. Most of the time I just prefer nude blushes. Yeah, for that reason, that it goes with everything. And it's just very finely milled and quite pigmented, but they're also very easy to blend. And this is just the perfect color. I've been loving this so much. And next are the cream blushes. I've been loving these so much from the brand Glossier. They are the Glossier Cloud Paints. As you can see, I have all the 4 colors. They are very easy to work with. You know, I usually don't really like cream blushes because sometimes they apply patchy and they just don't look blended with the rest of your skin, but these are not the case at all. These are very easy to work with. You just need the tiniest amount and it's just going to give you a lot of color, so just go easy with these. I basically just use my fingertips to apply them and they just look perfect on their own. You don't need to use like a tool, like a brush or anything to blend them out, or a beauty blender. You can just use your fingertips and it just looks, yeah, you need to try these. They are amazing. And the last face product that I have to mention is a face palette. This is also from Charlotte Tilbury. This is their instant look in a palette. This is the latest version that she came out with, I believe, and it's called the Smoky Eye Beauty, and it's my most favorite out of the 4 versions, which is a surprise because as you can see, like, the colors are very basic and they're very neutral, right? And at first I thought that they looked boring as well, but not after I tried this. Yeah, I just fell in love instantly because they are very wearable, and I think that I can use this every day, and it just gives like the most like natural, perfect, yeah, just gives the most natural look to your face. Now we're going to move on to eyeshadows. The only eyeshadow palette that I have enjoyed using daily is from Tom Ford. Yes, so this is in the shade Cocoa Mirage. So as you can see, these are all like very basic colors. I like to use this and I travel with this all the time because I think that it is a staple palette. The formula is also beautiful. Like, it's very pigmented, but it's very lightweight and is very blendable. I think they're one of the best eyeshadows that I've tried. The next that I would like to mention are Burberry single eyeshadows. I actually have a lot of shades, but this is Rosewood. I think it's the perfect color on the days that you're kind of lazy and you just want to put on like something on your eyelids. You know, you don't want to think too much. You just use this color all over the lid. The thing about Burberry eyeshadows are they are very light. They are very sheer, so they're not super pigmented. If you're only into pigmented eyeshadows, then you're not gonna like these, but I love them. I think they are very easy to work with. Since they're very sheer, you can just always build up the intensity, and I feel like they almost blend themselves. Like, every time I use these, I don't need to use like a blending brush at all. They just look diffused and perfect, yeah, on their own. Yeah, anyway, I've been loving these so much. Now let's move on to mascaras. Now, these are life changers. They are like from the Japanese drugstore brand called Terra Make Kiss Me by Isehan, I think. And I have them in 2 versions. The one is long and curl, and the other one is volume and curl. So these are the ones. You can see they're not too big and they're not too like fat, which I think are perfect if you don't have a lot of eyelashes. They really help with the like lengthens your eyelashes and make them look more voluminous, and they're very waterproof. Yeah, I need to warn you first. Yeah, so you need to use like an eye makeup remover or an oil-based makeup remover to remove these, because they are very they're very waterproof. They're not going to budge all day. Yeah, but that's the reason why I like it. And they hold the curl like all day, and they're just amazing. I'm gonna repurchase this. Like, I hope they don't discontinue this anytime soon. I love them to death. And the last category that I'm going to be talking about today are lipsticks. The first one that I'm going to be talking about is the Dior Addict Lacquer Stick. Yes. So they are basically very shiny, glossy lipsticks. The thing that makes them different from other brands is that they are very pigmented, even though they are shiny. Because usually when you think shiny lipsticks, then you think like sheer and glossy and not very long lasting, right? But these are totally different. They are super pigmented. Here, I'm going to show you. Look. Yeah, here. It's very pigmented and it lasts a long time. And they're very moisturizing as well. You should check these out. And the next one is from the brand Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Matte Revolution lipstick, and this is the shade Very Victoria, and it's basically like a neutral nude, like slightly dark nude, and I find that it's the perfect shade for my lips. Like they're like the same color as my lips, just slightly darker. That's the reason why I feel it goes with all types of look. Yeah, every time, like when I don't know what lipstick to wear, I always go for this because it just completes the look every time, because it's basically my lips but better. And the last one is from Tom Ford. This is the lip color, and this is in the shade Sable Smoke. It's a slightly warm nude. I like to use this when I have like warm eyes on, and I think it just completes the look really well. So this is the color. It's very pigmented and it has like a satin creamy finish. It's not drying at all. I think Tom Ford has one of the best lipstick formulas. If you haven't tried, you need to check them out, though they are quite pricey. But well, if you want to splurge, then I think you should check out Tom Ford. They're one of the best. Well, that completes my 2017 beauty favorites. If you enjoyed watching this video, I hope that you will hit the subscribe button, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye!